Hello world! Okay, hi everybody out there. This is my Let's Play series of Elder Scrolls Online. This is going to be a fun and relaxed series of Elder Scrolls Online. So who am I if you don't know who I am? My name is Brent Justice. My online persona, however, is the Doctor, and this is the Doctor from Doctor Who. That is my online persona. You can also call me just Doc. That will work as well. So what's my background with Elder Scrolls? I have not played, for example, Morrowind. However, I have played Oblivion and I have played Skyrim. I am familiar with those games. However, I don't have the most in-depth knowledge about the universe or the characters or the races or what's going on. Plus, this is the brand new MMO, and who knows what Bethesda has added to this game to expand the universe. Given that it's an MMO, you're thinking, or hoping at least, that it's going to be a much more expanded universe because you're going to have players being all kinds of different things. Who knew that this MMO would ever even happen? I mean, who thought that there would be an Elder Scrolls MMO? Yet, here it is, and we're going to play it today. It is right now April 5th. This is one day after the game has gone live, and I have waited until the live version of the game to play it. I didn't want to play beta. I didn't want to get involved in that. I just wanted to wait until it was golden, it was live, it was out there, and everybody could play it so that we could enjoy the gameplay experience as hopefully Bethesda has given us. So here we are. This is just going to be a fun, relaxed playthrough because I've got no idea what to expect. I don't know what this is going to be like. I know that this game has elements of things I like to play in games. For example, I am the kind of guy who really likes to customize a character. I like to customize, the weaponry, the clothing, the powers, magic, all that type of things. I love customizing and creating characters, and other things like that in kind of a role-playing aspect. And I guess that's why I like games like, for example, Civilization, where you get to, run a whole civilization and customize that. I love doing that. My MMO experience, I don't play WoW, World of Warcraft. I don't play EverQuest, though I have dabbled a little bit in WoW. I have dabbled in EverQuest. I'm not a big MMO player. However, there is one MMO that I do play. I've been playing for years, and that is Star Trek Online. I've been playing that since the game came out. Huge Star Trek Online fan. Huge Star Trek fan, or sci-fi in general. Not so big on fantasy, even though this is a fantasy game. It is not my particularly most favorite genre, but it will be interesting still, I think. I think it'll be fun. So being that I play MMO, and on my channel you will find probably the most Star Trek Online videos on YouTube on my channel. I've got about 400 of them. I will be making references to Star Trek Online in this game. I'll be making, comparisons, right? Because that's just will be the natural thing for me to do. It's the MMO I know, it's what I play all the time, so naturally I'll be making MMO comparisons to Star Trek Online, even though it's a totally different genre, right? But like the mechanics of the game and all that. Okay, so all that out of the way. Hopefully you're still here. Those that are still here, raise your hand. Okay, first of all, I want to be known, and am known, for playing my games at max settings. So just like all the other games on my channel that I've played and have a Let's Play series of, the graphics are maxed out in this game. That is always my goal. I am playing at 1080p. Anti-aliasing is on. I don't know yet what type of anti-aliasing this game uses, but it's on. I have customized all my settings to the highest level possible. High texture, high subsample quality, ultra shadows, high water, ultra particle density. I turn the view distance up to 100. Everything is on. Ambient occlusion, bloom, depth of field, distortion, sunlight rays, and grass. So you will hopefully get to see this game in the best possible way that it can be experienced. And that is always my goal. I want to present to you this game as the game developer intended for the best possible gameplay experience. Flat out plain, that's it. So it's all maxed out and we're ready to go. For the audio, let me know as I record this how the audio levels are. I'm not sure how it's going to pan out till I get in the game, because there will be music volume, there's vocals, hopefully there will be what am I trying to say? Voice acting and such in the game. There will be the effects volumes and everything. So let me know how the volume levels balance out, and I may adjust that over time. Alright, so here we go. This is where you start. This whole screen you've been staring at this whole time. When I loaded Elder Scrolls Online, this is where I was brought. Straight to the creation content for your character, or a character creator. So, bam, here we go. Now here's the interesting thing. There are several choices to make here. You've got your alliance, you've got your race, and then you've got your class. Now, like I said, I roleplay or play the Doctor from Doctor Who in all of my games, or a variant of Time Lords. In Star Trek Online, I have 12 or so variants of Time Lords that I play. So my character will always be named the Doctor. So I'm going to start out with that. And it appears we cannot have spaces. Names cannot start with a space. They must end with a letter. No more than 2 of the same letter in a row. Oh my gosh, that's weird. So you can't have TT, or you can't have 2 letters together? What? No adjacent punctuation characters, 4 hyphens, apostrophes, or spaces at most. This is very restricting, and I've got to say that's kind of new for me. Star Trek Online is much more open. For example, my character is simply called the Doctor in Star Trek Online. Oh wait, did that work? I guess that does work. So it can have a space. Okay. Before I tried this just to test the video and everything to make sure it would record, and I typed this in and it didn't work because it looked like it wasn't going to allow the space. Maybe it will now? I was thinking I'd have to do a dash there. Oh well, maybe it'll work now. The Doctor, hopefully that'll work. I'm going to go with a male character, even though I was very tempted to go female, only because I much prefer looking at the female form as I play these type of games. But perhaps later on I'll make a separate character, a different one, and that will be female. For this Let's Play, we'll do male. Now for the Alliance, you've got 3 alliances. You've got the Daggerfall Covenant, you've got the Aldmeri Dominion, and the Ebonheart Pact. Alright? If you are not aware of the differences between these alliances and which one to join, go to ElderScrollsOnline.com and go to the game info, and you can read all about the 3 alliances, and that will help you decide which one you would want to join. I'm going to choose the Aldmeri Dominion, and here's why. I'm reading this from a webpage on my other screen. It says, "Your queen commands, I have no hatred for the races of man. But they are young. Like all children, they are driven by emotion. They lack the wisdom that comes with age. I would sooner place an Altmer infant on the ruby throne than surrender Tamriel to their capricious whims. The Altmer, the Bosmer, and the Khajiit share the common traits of intelligence, patience, and reason. We do not seek riches of plunder. Dominion is not our goal, and is the acclamation, nor is the acclamation of power for its own sake. Today we make our stand." Okay, blah blah blah. I like her. I like this queen, Queen Erin. She seems like I would think of what the Gallifreyans would be like. They're an ancient race. They are a powerful dominion. They don't have hatred for any species, and to them all species are young, because the Time Lords have been there for forever. So in role-playing that type of character, I think the Aldmeri Dominion fits me the best compared to the other 2. When word reached the High Elves of Somerset that the Imperial City had fallen under the control of the human supporters of Molag Bal, the Aldmeri Dominion was formed. The High Elves reached out to neighboring races of Wood Elves and Khajiit with a plea that their combined forces might prevent the younger races of Tamriel from bringing disaster to the world as they had so many times in the past. The High Elves were the original settlers of Tamriel and created the common tongue used throughout the continent today. They are also naturally proficient with magic. So to me, that sounds like a Time Lord right there, okay? I'm going to choose the High Elf race. Now you've got the Bretons under all the Aldmeri. You've got the Bretons, the High Elf, the Argonian, Orc, Wooden Elf, Dark Elf, Redguard, Khajiit, Nord, or Imperial, which I don't have because I don't have that upper tiered expansion or whatever. I'm going to choose the High Elf. Here's the description of the High Elf. The High Elves, or Altmer, arrived in Tamriel thousands of years ago from old Aldmeris. They see themselves, perhaps justifiably, as the ruling race of Tamriel. They are highly cultured people, known for their breathtaking architecture and massive libraries of histories and creative works. They tend to be isolationists, largely remaining on Somerset Isle, and only emerge when they perceive a great threat to their homeland. They are powerful mages and warriors, and the de facto leaders of the Aldmeri Dominion. Sounds like a Time Lord to me, doesn't it? So out of all the races, I read through all of them, the High Elf, I think, fits what I'm going for on this character. Now we go to the class. There are 4 classes: Dragon Knight, Sorcerer, Nightblade, and Templar. I'm not going to go through each one. What these do is they don't limit you by gear or by weaponry or anything like that, but they give you a certain skill tree or skill path that kind of pans out as you level up in the game. If you want to know how each 4 of these classes differ, go to Google and just type in Elder Scrolls Online classes. I read several web pages of descriptions about these classes before I logged on here so that I could learn about these and pick the class that I think fits what I'm going to be doing best. And for that, I'm going to choose the Templar. There are, it is Magicka, and maybe this is often called, or at least according to those web pages, the Paladin of Elder Scrolls Online. But this Templar has an amazing skill tree that deals a lot with powers that deal with the sun. There are some solar powers that he is going to be able to get in the skill trees later on, and I thought that sounded incredibly like a Time Lord, harnessing the power of a star or a sun, or Time Lords are especially known for their control of black holes, but it just sounded like something that a Time Lord would have. So as the Doctor, it sounded like that skill tree would fit him best. So I'm going to choose Templar. Oh, you can also view and get a heads up on what their gear will look like on each character. Here's what the Novice gear looks like, but if I go to Veteran gear, here's what his Veteran gear will look like. And I think that looks a lot like Gallifreyan type of armor right there, right? Maybe not the wings, although they did have these weird headpieces, but it's very golden, it's very Time Lordy, very Gallifreyan to me. Of course, you can also view them with no gear if you prefer. So I'm going to do that. Now you can totally change the body type, the height, the features, body markings, upper body, lower body. There are a ton of options here. However, I don't like his eyes. I want to change his eyes. However, I'm not going to spend the time doing all that right now because I know we've already wasted a lot of time just staring at this one screen, and I want to get on with the game, trust me. So I will go back in afterwards, off camera, and spend time customizing his look, because that's what I really enjoy, but I know it will be boring sitting here for an hour doing that on camera. So I'm not going to do that for you all right now, but I will do it later, and then you will see what he looks like. I do want to change his eyes, because I don't like those Yellow eyes, they were scaring the crap out of me. Or green, or whatever color they were. I don't know what color we'll go with. Ooh, that's kind of alright. Eye size, eye angle, eye height, eye squint. I don't know. White eyes, just because. No, that looks kind of bad. That looks alright for right now. I'll come back and really give this a look over and see what we can do. Let's create... Unable to create character name. Oh, snap. That's what I was afraid of. So you cannot have multiple character names in Elder Scrolls Online. That sucks the nuts right there, my friend. In Star Trek Online, or in Star Trek Online, you can have multiple characters of the same name because your @ name or the name after that is unique to everybody. But the name before the @ name, you can have 500,000 of the same names in Star Trek Online. I run into several of the doctors all the time. Apparently not in Elder Scrolls Online. That's a little restrictive there. I bet this is going to be taken too. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, snap. This is going to get complicated then. And I can't capitalize the D there. Oh, man, if I can't call myself the Doctor, I don't know what I'll call myself. And I'm guessing you can't change the name once it's made. Dude, this is going to be restrictive. I don't like the way that looks. That's just dumb. And you can't end it with a number. You have to end it with a letter. That's another restriction. Ooh. Snap. Oh, you can have multiple hyphens. You can have up to 4 hyphens or spaces. But you can't end with a space. No, you can't have 2 spaces. No adjacent punctuation characters. Oh, so that won't work anyway because those are adjacent. So they have to be separated. Shoot. And you can't do an underscore. I just tried. Underscore is not working. Actually, a lot of punctuation isn't working here. Huh. Okay. Should I just be the first Doctor, even though it doesn't look like the first Doctor? You know what I could do is I could create a character that looks like the first Doctor. I could go with all the white hair. Ooh, that would be really cool. Like an older guy with the white hair and everything. I could do a first Doctor look. And it makes sense because he's in ancient times. Let's do that. Yes, it's going to work. The Wailing Prison. Press T to cycle through your active quest and select which quest you're currently tracking. Awesome. I will keep that in mind. So, yeah, I have no idea what to expect here. Started Soul Shriven in Colvador. Mail received. Press Not Bound to open your social menu. Press Not Bound. I guess I have something not bound. Okay, we're in a cave. With skeletons. This reminds me a lot of Skyrim right now. And if you know me, if anybody knows me, I am a loot whore. So we will loot you, and we will loot the fire. Oh, we can't loot the fire. And we will loot the skeletons. We can't loot the skeletons. But I will loot their alcohol. Take that bottle. Oh, did that just come out of nowhere? Talk to Prophet. Oh, I want this glowy crystal thing. Give me glowy crystal thing. I see I have a compass at top, so there we go. Soul Shriven in Colvador. Talk to the Prophet. Cold Harbor, Colvador. Cold Harbor. I can't read, but who needs to read when you've got radishes? It's the radish. It makes you rad because it's a radish. That's what you can expect, folks, right there. We're getting off to a great start. All right, Prophet, what do you got?
Slowly now. You've been through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself.
All right, I love the multiple options. This is something Star Trek Online has like just started recently. Anyway, you can just say goodbye. Yeah, whatever. Okay, what's happening? Who are you?
Like you, I am a prisoner in this place. Yet so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. Not yet.
Well, that's probably true because I am just a beginner.
You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titanborn.
Lyris Titanborn? Who is that? I don't understand. I can just leave the cell? It can't be that easy. I have no weapons. Oh, there I am. Okay, I can totally zoom out and play third person.
That's it.
If I choose.
You must escape before the guards return.
Okay, that's cool. So I can play third person, or I can play first person. Ah, sweet. Yes! Fists, go! How is the door just open? That's suspicious.
Quickly, follow Urgency.
But I want to look around first. There might be loot. Things I can steal. Cell doors I can open. Cell doors I cannot open. Yeah, that's not nice. And it looks like I can, where's the, there should be a thingamajig to follow. Like a, where are those people coming from? Okay. Ah, yes, lockpick. I have heard there are lockpicks in this game. E, or R, take all. I have to remember that button, because I'll be using it a lot. By the way, oh, I see, they're coming through this door out of nowhere. By the way, I'm an explorer. I love to explore these games to their fullest. So I'm going to be taking my time in this playthrough. Taking my time and looting baskets. I'll take plump worms. I'm guessing that will be helpful for something. You never know what loot might be laying around.
There are weapons in the forge beyond these cells. Arm yourself.
Well, that doesn't sound like a good thing to be keeping weapons in these cells, and my door is unlocked. What kind of a prison is this place? All the doors unlocked, the weapons available, people escaping constantly. E, search empty. So I see my quest tracker is up there. Just want to. Oh, okay, I can do that. Controls, add-ons. I am playing at 1920 by 1080, but it looks like I'm playing bigger than that. I wanted to see if I could increase the HUD scaling a little bit. Maybe a lot of bit. Make it easier for you to see, easier for me to see. That's better. Okay, this way we go then.
Grab something to defend yourself. Don't be greedy. We have a lot of
Yes, lockpicks. Yes, worms and crawlers. We'll take all of it. Ice staff. Oh, I have to... Okay, there we go. Inventory. Sweet, there's my inventory. Can I equip? Yes, I have an ice staff. Woo! Ooh, I can do that. It's nice. I want to hit things, though. Okay, there we go. I can hit with it.
Grab something to defend yourself. Don't be greedy. We have a lot of prisoners.
Oh, I'm not greedy. I mean, I'm not greedy. Who, me? What? Huh? Greedy? No, not ever. E. I'm just gonna eat everything. We'll sort it all out later. Hopefully my inventory can hold a lot. Ooh, a sword. Yes, I'm taking that thing. The grabbing stuff is kind of awkward. Yes, take meals. Take sacks of pork. Take a drink. Ooh, a two-handed mace. Take. If anything, I can sell these things for money, perhaps. That's the icon I was looking for. That tells you where to go. And I see it up there on my HUD now. Hi.
Stop now. Keep moving. More guards are on the way.
What are you doing out here?
I am escaping this place. But since I have been here for some time, the Tall One asked me to help the newer prisoners find their way. Those who are captured will be flayed. Sadly, that will not end their torment. Soul Shriven cannot die.
Tall one?
The half-giant, Lyris Titanborn. She leads this uprising. I do not know how or why she is here, but to the Soul Shriven, she is a gift from the Divine.
Soul Shriven?
We are the vestiges of people whose souls were stolen by the God of Schemes. I dare not utter his true name in this place. The Soul Shriven are doomed to slavery in Cold Harbor for eternity, or at least until we are no longer useful.
Uh-huh.
The longer we remain here, the less whole we remain. Our bodies waste away, our skin shrivels, and eventually our minds twist and lose any notion of reality. The oldest of the Soul Shriven are completely insane. We call them pharaohs.
Oh, why don't I look like the rest of you? Well, because I chose a different character.
Oh yes, the Lesser Daedra actually fear them. Pharaohs have no fear of pain or death, because that is all they know. That and eternal hunger. They will attack and eat anything they can get their claws on, even each other. Much more, but there is no time. You must keep moving if you want to survive. Go now.
I see, we are in Imperial. Saw something I could take there. What was that? Oh, the Bleeding Forge. Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
An enemy approaches. Strike it down.
Yes! Whoa!
Do not slow, Vestige. With the passing of time, any indecision becomes decision.
Okay, my health regenerates. That's good to know. But that was a lot harder than I wanted it to be. I guess being a low-level character makes sense. Can't wait to get some good armor and stuff on myself. Can I switch weapons with the scroll wheel? That would be a no. I zoom out with that. Okay. How does one switch weapons then? I do not know yet. I'll figure it out later. The Bleeding Forge.
Another enemy blocks the path ahead. Dispatch it quickly.
Oh yeah, just quickly. I'll do that. Ooh, that did a lot of damage.
Whoa there. Are you alright?
I'm level 2! Yes, level up! Press C to open your character menu and increase your effectiveness in combat. Heck yeah! I got a level up! Are you an enemy? Oh crap. Before I do you, let me do me. Press E, let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. Press E to commit points. Okay, let's start out by putting a little in health. That never hurts. E, commits. We'll come back to that. We will definitely look over all of this because, wow. Requires 1 skill point, and I have 1 skill point. This is a puncturing strike. 4 consecutive attacks for 3 magic damage to enemies. Cost, wait, unlock at Adric's Spear. Okay, these unlock at higher ranks. I gotcha. Oh, okay. Here, see, here's my under my class. This is the stuff I was talking about. These are my skill trees under my class of Templar. Here's the sun stuff I was talking about. Now you guys can see. This is Nova. Enemies deal 30% less damage for 8 seconds and take 11 magic damage every 1 second. Sunfire deals 16 flame damage and an additional 9 flame damage over 4.5 seconds. Ooh, I can get that right now. Solar Flare, I mean, come on. Deals 35 magic damage to Solar Flare. I mean, yeah, Backlash. So these are Eclipse. These are the sun powers. Blinding Light. These are the sun powers I was telling you about called Dawn's Wrath. That's under the Templar. That's why I chose this. Restoring Light, I was reading, is very healy. Heals nearby wounded allies. Heals allies nearby. Heals nearby allies. When slotted, increases stamina and health regeneration. See, all these are really, the Restoring Light is very good for healing. Dawn's Wraith is going to be like my magic sun powers, and Adric's Spear is like, I guess, my melee stuff. Except his sun shield creates a damage shield. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Okay, I'm going to start with Dawn's Wrath. I'm going to start with the Sunfire ability. La Sunfire. E, unlock. Yeah! Sunfire, you go, girl. How do I cast you? I have no idea.